So what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am David, and on today's episode, we're going to be getting into the kitchen to preserve some vegetables. Let's go. All right, so I'm going to make some pasta sauce with our Roma tomatoes. I've already started washing and cutting because I'm going to try and experiment here. I'm not going to core these. I'm not going to do anything but wash them, take the stems off, any rot that may be around, and I'm just going to simply quarter them. I'm going to cut them in half and then cut them in half again. And I'm going to put them in my crock pot. I'm going to let them simmer down. I'm going to be making pizza sauce very specifically for this one. So I'm going to be adding some oregano and different things like that. Let this thing just cook down all day long for however long it may take. And then take my immersion blender to it here and there to get it cut up. But I'm not uncorked. I'm not doing anything like that. I want to see what kind of sauce I get if I don't take the seeds, if I don't take out the cores, if I don't do any of that stuff, take all the skins or all that. What kind of sauce do I get? So this is what we got. We're looking good here. I'm going to add a little bit of oregano, black pepper, and some salt and garlic powder. I think this is a 12-quart crock pot for the record. All right, so we're going to let this go for just a couple hours, and we'll get back to it. So while the tomatoes are simmering down in the crock pot, I'm going to go ahead and cut some of these guys up, season them up, and then I'm going to put them into the dehydrator. All right, so these are all done. Got them all cut up there. So now I'm going to just take and season them up to my liking. I'm just going to do like a little bit of salt. I typically don't cook with a lot of salt, but I do like to do a little pinch of salt on these guys. So I'm going to a little salt, little pepper, a little oregano, Italian seasoning, a little bit of basil, stuff like that. Make it fun, and then throw them on the dehydrator. Provided the dehydrator is done, because I do have hot peppers in the dehydrator right now. So I can have some fresh cayenne pepper and some habanero peppers. A little bit of basil. A couple shakes of some Italian seasoning. A couple shakes of some of that there oregano. Voila. Let's go ahead and give one of these a taste real quick. See what it tastes like. Oh, yes, please. This is gonna be good. All right, let's go out here and let's check up on our dehydrator, see how things are looking. These are cayenne peppers and habaneros, like I said. I only had a couple. That one still feels a little like it needs a little more time. These feel like they're done. Nice and dried out. All right, so I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave these here for a little bit longer and go ahead and rack up some of these trays, or I guess one of these trays with tomatoes, and just to give that a little bit longer. So let's just go ahead and throw some of these on this here tray. I think we can fit them all in just one. There we go. So I was thinking I was gonna wait a little bit longer for those, but I don't think that, I feel like pretty confident that I should be able to put these in with these and not have an issue. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put them on. At a worst case scenario, if they pick up some of the cayenne flavor or that habanero or somehow or another transfer over to being spicy, then I'll just eat them personally and the kids won't have any. And next batch, the kids are gonna have some. But I don't think that's gonna be the case, so let it begin. Now that the tomatoes are in the dehydrator, the pizza sauce is simmering down. This is the next thing we're going to tackle, is we're going to go ahead and cut up some green bell peppers, and we're going to freeze them. And then jalapenos we're just going to leave out and just going to eat them, I'm pretty sure. And we got to do some brine for some poblanos that are in here. All right, so I got everything pulled out of the bowl. I forgot that I had some tomatillos. So this is not a lot of tomatillos, but I'm going to take a quick second and get the oven going. And just, I don't have any cilantro, but I'm going to make a little verde sauce. I'll use these. I'll use one of these guys, one jalapeno, a couple of those. I don't think I have any white onion here, so maybe I'll just chop up a little bit of red onion or something like that. Throw it in a roaster. The tomatillo sauce is pretty simple. It's roast and then blend and then season to taste. So I don't have all the appropriate ingredients, but it'll still be fun to try to make something with what I have here. So let's get this going. Tomatillo, just in case you don't know, this is what it looks like. Has a little husk on it. When you open it up, it's sticky on the inside. So just rinse them off and add some oil, some vegetable oil, and roast them up. Alright, so I got a little red onion cut up. I got my tomatillos. I went ahead and just cut up and de-seeded one of the jalapenos. I'm going to pour a little bit of oil over this. And, you know, you get, in theory, if I had fresh garlic here, I would have garlic cloves all over this. I would put garlic cloves into this mix. If I had poblanos, fresh poblanos, I'd put fresh poblanos into this mix. I mean, you can, you know, I'm missing a lot of ingredients, but just gonna wing it a little bit. It'll still be fun. Still have a good time with it. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt onto this, to these guys here. Just a little pinch of salt in there. Because I don't have any actual fresh garlic cloves, which is way better. I'm just gonna add a little bit of garlic powder and just kind of see what happens here. I've never done it this way before, but it'll be fun. Okay, with that in the broiler, every couple minutes I'm just going to take a look and turn them. Just char them good on pretty much all sides. Just get them good and charred. And then we're just going to throw it into my little magic bullet and mix it up. Grab some chips and enjoy. Or season to taste. Grab chips and enjoy. Let's get started on this project now. We have to cut up some of the peppers here. There's some little peppers, but nothing's going to waste here in this house. We're going to be using all peppers. All things. So I have a little scrap bowl off to the side that I just kind of throw everything in. I'll toss it all the way later. Now the tops here get chopped up. I chop my tops up, and these are what we'll use for diced peppers. And then everything else we will use for, let's get my dicer out really quick also. So these guys will just simply get diced up. I cut the bottom of my pepper just to give it a flat bottom so it's easier to sit as I make my cuts for everything else for my slices. We're going to do slices also. These are small peppers, so it'll be small slices, but it's fine. I have another big bowl over this way. I'm gonna throw my bigger slices in. right, we're gonna swing you guys over this way really quick, and we're gonna go ahead and pull these tomatillos and garlic and all this stuff up out of the oven. There we go. It looks charred up enough for me. Let's take my ingredients. I'm just gonna put them in my little magic bullet. We're gonna blend them up. Grab our quick little magic bullet thing here. All right. Just gonna give this guy a quick little taste. Whoa, that is so good. All right, this is gonna get. I'm gonna throw some. Oh, that's really good. I'm gonna put a little bit of coriander. I'm gonna put a little coriander in there because I don't have any lime juice and I don't have any cilantro. So a little coriander powder. So I'm gonna throw a little ground coriander in there, just a little bit. Yes, please, guys. Phenomenal. Super simple. Oil, rose, salt, pepper to taste. I mean, I didn't have a lot of ingredients that you typically put in it, but it's the main ingredients, tomatillos, and they're phenomenal. So, moving along. I'm going to let them throw this in the fridge, let it cool off, so when Shannon gets home, she can have herself some tomatillo and some tortillas. All right, so that's going to cool off in the fridge. We'll munch on it later. Sure, it will be delicious. So here's what our pepper chunks look like. Already in a nice little basket in case you didn't rinse them. This little chopper is super, super handy. I got it off Amazon for like 20 bucks. All right, so we're gonna let all of this hang out for a second before I throw it into the vacuum sealer. Just so we can go ahead and get some of these chopped up and thrown in some brine. I forgot that I made extra brine. So I actually have some brine ready to go. I'm just gonna throw them in. And I'm not too sure, I mean, these look like a hot wax to me, but I didn't plant any hot wax, so they're not big enough, in my opinion, to be a poblano, but the only thing I can think of is that they have to be a poblano, because that's the only other pepper that I'm not accounting for right now. So maybe it's a long variety of poblano, because usually poblanos are fat. And it's way too big to be a serrano. So I'm not really too sure, but I do know they're going to get pickled in some brine, and we're going to do it that way. Because they are delish. They're spicy too. Wear gloves when working on hot peppers, folks. Me, it doesn't bother me that much, so I don't really care. But if you happen to be doing this kind of a thing, make sure you're wearing gloves. All right, so I went and just got a bunch of these cut up already. Got them done, cut up, put it in a little pint. I'm gonna leave the rest of these because I want to dehydrate some of these also. I want powder out of some of these. I want some in brine, I want some in powder form. I mean, I want some pickled and I want some in powder form. So I'm gonna leave the rest of these for powder. I won't be water bathing these or nothing like that. I'm just gonna these are just literally for the fridge so I can eat now. I'll let them sit for a day or two and then eat them up. All right, guys, so the crock pot has been going for about 4 hours. Let's take a look at it and see what it's looking like. Oh, it smells so good. I wish you guys could smell this. Everything's breaking down real nice. This is looking good. Now, in my crock pot, I have a high and a low setting and a warm and an off. So right now I have it on my high setting. I'm going to go ahead and take it down to the low setting. Stir this guy up really nice like. And let it cook down some more. And take the immersion blender to it a little bit later. Alright, so after a quick reset here on the counter, getting everything cleaned up, I realized I don't have any more vacuum bags for this, my vacuum sealer. So I gotta order some more bags, or I can't find them, at least. But not a big deal because none of this stuff is meant for long-term storage. Like, it's just meant for, you know, a couple of weeks. Next time we make, you know, pepper steak, steak and onions, or, you know, just anything. Chili, which is stuff we do all the time. This stuff is gonna get used up in the next few weeks. But I don't want it sitting in my fridge going bad in the next few weeks either. So we gotta go ahead and, so I got these little quarter-size, these are little quarter-size sandwich bags. They're like perfect for a serving size. So the strips I put into regular sandwich bags, and these guys will put in, the little chunks will put in these. So there we have it, guys. Peppers going to the freezer. All right, so Shannon's home from work, and the sauce verde has cooled off enough that she can try it. So let's get her on camera and see what she thinks of it. All right, so Shannon's gonna try it out. Let's go for it, Mama.
Okay. One more taste.
Just to make sure.
Just to make sure. That was good.
Right? Yeah, it came out really good.
How is it so sweet at the end?
The tomatillos are sweet.
That's just this tomatillo, huh? You didn't add any sugar or anything?
No.
That was really good.
Right? That's what I said too when I made it. I was like, oh my God, I'm like, this is so good. I was pissed we only had 5 tomatillos. High five. Boom. That's right. All right, back out at the dehydrator. It's been a couple of hours. I'm not too sure how many exactly, but a bunch of them. These sun-dried tomatoes are looking really good. And yeah, these are all definitely very dry. Oh, okay, good. These guys are all done. Cayenne peppers, I'm running low on traditional hot pepper flakes, so I'm gonna go ahead and use those. And then these guys, I want some of these for powder too, for seasonings. So let's get these out of here and let's get some more hot peppers on here. All right, so we're gonna throw some of these peppers on. I'm gonna get all these guys dehydrated. Anything in this bowl, I want all dehydrated because I want to try a couple different flavors and seasonings and stuff like that. And this is not our first harvest of any of this stuff, so I cut up a bunch of this already, we saw, and put some in brines, but now I want to leave some for, I want some powder. All right, voila, there we go. A bunch of peppers in the dehydrator. All right, so we're back at the sauce here. Just took the lid off. It looks really good. And we're gonna take the immersion blender into it and get it nice and smooth. All right, so this is what the pasta sauce turned out like. So not bad, looks. Taste isn't bad. I do taste that grittiness from like from not peeling the seed and not taking the seeds out and not taking the skins off. So I do taste that grittiness. I don't know that I actually like that grittiness. I'm pretty sure once you put it on pizza and add cheese and sausage, you might be able to disguise it, but I'm not too fan of it. It's kind of chewy. I'm not that big of a fan. I won't lie. Not that big of a fan. Gonna consider that pretty much a fail. We'll try it and see how it works out, but I think that's a fail. So fortunately, it was only about, I don't know, a dozen tomatoes or so. Not too big of a deal, but I don't know that I like that. I'm still chewing on something, so whatever. You win some, you lose some. Only one way to know the limit. You have to take it to it. So we did try that, and odds are I'm probably going to skin and seed mine from here on out. But we'll see. Here's a look at, pardon the mess, whatever, it's real life. Here's a look at the dehydrated tomatoes that we did. These things are looking great. Let's go ahead and bottoms up. Oh, that's really, yes, that is very tasty. Those are gonna make some tasty, tasty treats. Also, we have some cayenne peppers. When we were loading these guys up, this is what was in there. Cayenne peppers and 2 habaneros. So, I'm gonna de-stem those, throw those in a coffee grinder, because guess what? My hot pepper flakes are low, and I need some hot pepper flakes. And this is how you get hot pepper flakes. Not the habaneros, but typical, to my knowledge, typically speaking, cayenne peppers are hot pepper flakes, typically. But I'm gonna toss those in too for a little added heat. All right, so I took the stems off, tossed them all in. Just gonna give it a quick grind. Word to the wise, I recommend you do this kind of stuff outside, and before you open this lid after doing this, let it settle a little bit or you're gonna choke yourself out. Looks good. Let's go add it to our jar. There we have it. A little bit more to the crushed red pepper flakes. All right, guys, so our peppers are done. So I was looking at something online that said you should poke holes in it so you can release steam, so you don't cook them or steam them, essentially. I didn't do any of that. I just literally threw them in whole. You saw it. And they're fine. They're these things are crunchy. Yeah, so they're nice and crunchy. So we're going to throw them in a bowl, and then we're going to blend them up into a powder so we can make some seasonings. Or so I can make some seasonings later down the road, that is also. Right now, it's just going to be in powder form until I dehydrate some more onions and just different things and make a good blend of something fun, I hope. And here they are in the bowl. Cut them all in. All right, guys, so what a crazy, crazy day. That was a lot of fun. We got a lot accomplished with tomatillo sauce. Yes, please. I admit that's tomatillo salsa. So delish. Got a lot of stuff dehydrated. That was just so much fun. Great day, guys. I'm not going to hold you any longer because this video is going to be really long at this rate. And thanks for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You know, all of the fun things, guys. Please don't forget to do them for me. And the pasta sauce, yeah, about that. You know, not really a fan of how chewy it was or whatever I was chewing on. So, not a big deal. But that's it, guys. So, 2 things as always. Don't forget to take the time to enjoy what you do. And don't forget, work does not do itself. So, don't be afraid to get out there and get after it.
Apple, please.